Buhari's disregard for Supreme Court order is an invitation to anarchy, Governor Wike. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us once again on the channel. Before we go into the details of today's report in full, we like to say a very big welcome to each and every one of you. If you're joining us for the very first time, please do well to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Now, to all of our existing subscribers, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our posts as they come your way. Thank you and God bless you. Now, on today's report, we see that the Rivers State Governor, Governor Wike, has said that the federal government defying the Supreme Court order on the new Naira policy was a clear call for anarchy. Now, Governor Wike has condemned the position of President Muhammadu Buhari on the Naira redesign policy, saying that the president had set a dangerous precedent by flouting the Supreme Court order of interim injunction halting the ban of the old Naira notes. And Governor Wike says that he and the people from Rivers State condemned the position of Mr. President for actually not respecting the decision of the Supreme Court. He says Nigeria actually practices a constitutional democracy where the rule of law reigns supreme, adding that if for any reason the policy of the government is challenged in court, the right thing to do was to exhaust the legal options, or better still, discontinue the implementation of such a policy. And like he says, we want a democracy in this nation, and there cannot be a democracy without the rule of law. And that any candidate who is in support of the policy when the people are suffering, he and the people of Rivers State would not support such a candidate. We know that the Supreme Court on Wednesday ruled that the old 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira notes were still recognized as legal tender in Nigeria. And the Apex Court actually made this known while it was reinstating its order, stopping the Nigerian government and its various agencies from implementing the February 10th deadline. Now, the court actually did issue this clarification in response to a complaint by one Abdul Hakim Mustafa, who was the lawyer for Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara states, saying that the federal government had failed to comply with the order and had allegedly directed the rejection of the old notes. But we know that the Apex Court actually adjourned the matter to February 22nd for hearing, though it still upheld the interim injunction it granted the plaintiffs on February 8th that the old Naira notes still remain legal tender in the country. Now we see that in the nationwide broadcast, which the president did give on Thursday, according to the president, he said that the 1,000 Naira and the 500 Naira notes were invalid as legal tenders, but the 200 Naira notes still remained as a legal tender for the next 60 days alongside the new 200 Naira and the new 500 Naira note and the new 1,000 Naira note. Now, all this is what Governor Wike and others are saying, that the president had disregarded the Supreme Court order. And like Wike is saying, the president's disregard is actually a call for anarchy. Well, into the details in full. The Rivers State Governor Wike on Friday condemned President Muhammadu Buhari's disregard for the Supreme Court order on the redesign of the Naira notes. Now, Buhari had, in a national broadcast on Thursday, directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to extend the validity of the old 200 naira notes till April the 10th. Now, the president also declared that the old 500 naira and 1000 naira notes had ceased to be legal tenders, contrary to the Apex Court directive that all the naira notes remain legal tender pending the determination of the suit filed by some All Progressives governors on the matter next Wednesday. The Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai and his counterparts in Kano, Jigawa, Lagos and Ogun had rejected the president's directive and insisted that the old naira notes remain legal tenders until the Apex Court determines otherwise. Now, Wike, who spoke on the matter during the People's Democratic Party's governorship campaign flag-off in Ungo Town, Adoni local government area of the state, said that Buhari's directive was against the country's constitution. The governor insisted that the policy had brought untold hardship to Nigerians. Wike said, "I believe in a country that respects the rule of law. The president ought to respect the Supreme Court, and when you do not respect the Supreme Court, then it is anarchy you are talking about. So we from Rivers State condemn the position of Mr. President for not respecting the decision of the Supreme Court. We want a democracy, and there cannot be democracy without the rule of law. Therefore, any candidate who is in support of the policy when the people are suffering, we will not support that candidate. Any policy you have to implement, you have to wait because you were put there for the people. If your policy is going to suffer the people, then think twice about it." Well, that is it on the details of today's report. And we can see Governor Nyesom Wike saying that the president's total disregard for the Supreme Court is actually an invitation to anarchy. Well, this is almost like a case of pot calling kettle black, if we want to look at it from the political angle and all of that. Now, yes, Wike might have a point, but Wike also on his own part is not so, it's not a saint. It's not one to be able to say that what the president is actually doing is wrong, because we see how far they have gone with their issues in the People's Democratic Party and how well and how good they seem to have been able to resolve it. And all of this, it just shows how our politicians sometimes actually do like to disregard the rule of law, and they always want to do things for their selfish interests and not considering the interests of the common man in Nigeria. Well, that is it on the details of today's report. Until we come your way next time, please do well to stay safe. Bye-bye.